Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Just going to do my weekly roundup of Celtic's women's team, give an update on yesterday's 2-0 win away at Dundee United, how that keeps them in terms of the Scottish Women's Premier League table, and also mention of their next game, which is against Glasgow City Women on Friday at 6:45 at the Excelsior in Airdrie, and that's in the quarterfinals of the Sky Sports Women's Cup. Celtic women had 10 players away on international duty, and so that does cause quite a bit of disruption in the training in preparation for yesterday's win. Shane Menglu and Shane Mengu returned rather late from playing for China in their Olympic qualifiers, and so both were on the bench, not having had a chance at all to train with Celtic. Caitlin Hayes had been away with a couple of tough games for Republic of Ireland, and also Jenny Smith and Amy Gallagher were back from the Scotland squad. However, neither had terribly much game time for Scotland in those couple of Nation Leagues matches. And we also had some players such as Tyree Birchall coming back off of international under-21 duty. So Celtic, as I said, played Dundee United yesterday away from home. Fran Alonso, the manager, made a number of changes with Caitlin Hayes and the two Shens on the bench. And Sydney Cummings was brought in into the lineup on the left side of the back three, with Natalie Ross starting in midfield, and Iman Addy, our summer signing, was playing wide on the left. Happily, Celtic otherwise were pretty much unchanged, except for Murphy Agnew continuing in place of the injured Lefersky, who has been struggling with injury ever since the Champions League matches a couple of months ago. Celtic had all the possession, had a lot of pressure on Dundee United, but took quite a long time to break down the Dundee United women's defence, with Iman Addy scoring a very neat goal in the 21st minute. Again, Celtic remain very much on top. Lots of shots from many of the players, Kavanagh and Smith and Ross all playing well in defence. Chloe Craig and Clark and Cummings all coming up to help out in midfield. Partido and Addy playing well down the flanks, but were unable to add to their tally until Tyree Birchall deflected a shot in the 70th minute to put Celtic 2-0 up. Celtic again remained on top for the final 20 minutes, but were unable to add to their tally, but did allow quite a number of the more experienced players to come off the bench for a bit of game time, and also arrest a few of the starters, bringing on some of our very talented academy women's players. Celtic remain 1 point behind Rangers at the top of the table, as Rangers women also won yesterday. Glasgow City's women fell further behind. They're currently now 7 points behind Celtic, as they only drew with Hearts women yesterday, and so Celtic's women's side will be going in with full of confidence for the game against Glasgow City at 18:45 this Friday at the Excelsior in Airdrie. And so I think Celtic are very much the favourites to beat Glasgow City and get into the Women's Sky Sports Cup semi-finals. Looks like Kit Lefersky may well be available again after injury for the game on Friday. Do wonder whether she maybe may start on the bench, with Murphy Agnew continuing to deputise for her up front alongside Amy Gallagher. Otherwise, we should have a full squad to choose from of the players who've been playing recently for Celtic, and so would expect both the Shens to return to midfield, and for Ross and Addy to drop back down to the bench, and for Caitlin Hayes to again start in the back three, with Sydney Cummings back on the bench. So that finishes things off for the update of the women's team. Tickets available for the game on Friday against Glasgow City at the Excelsior, and I'm pretty sure the game will also be televised live on Sky Sports that evening, and so do, if you can, support Celtic women's side one way or the other. Finishing off today's video, again, if you can and you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, pass on the details of the channel to friends and family and colleagues and anyone interested in Celtic, Celtic women, or football and women's football in general, as there is rather a dearth of any channels on YouTube covering either the Scottish Women's Premier League or Celtic women's side. So, to finish off, goodbye, good luck Celtic women on Friday, and hail, hail!